Of the hundreds of islands in Maine's Casco Bay, only 2 are incorporated as their own towns. One is Long Island, about 6 miles from Portland, and a world away.
So the way we look at it, we're about a 35, 40-minute boat ride from Portland. We're about 60 years in the past.
Long Island is known for having one of the best beaches in Casco Bay. And folks come from mile around to fill up at the island's lone gas pump. Call it vintage, with a view.
It's an old dinosaur, a little archaic, but it's reliable.
Catlin Byers Restaurant, the Long Island Bakehouse, doubles as the local gas station. It might be the only place you can get a fresh-baked whoopie pie with a side of brake fluid. Across the street, the best party in the Bay.
We have a blast. I mean, people that don't know us that come here by mistake, like they heard and this and that, they'll say, oh my God, we're coming back next year.
It's the weekly lobster bake on Ed and Jeannie McElhaney's front porch.
A lot of local people come here weekly. They kind of reserve that front porch. People come from other islands. They come from Portland.
It's called the Hard Shell Cafe, but it's really a catering business. And when Jeannie isn't doing someone else's party, she throws her own. No advertising, just a few social media posts, and people from all over Casco Bay flock to the McElhaney's house on Long Island.
She just loves cooking. She loves people around the house. We've always had tons of kids at our house, and so she just loves people here. Perfect.
Waiting on the shed, it finally started.
Husband Ed is in charge of the lobsters, picking them up fresh from the dock and manning the pots. But after he's done, he joins the party.
It's as much entertainment for us as it is for the people that come. And they're supposed to leave at 9, and they'll hang out till 11 or 12.
It's one big party, and everybody's invited, everybody gets along.
Mike Burton and his wife motor over from their home on nearby Great Diamond Island a half a dozen times a summer.
It's a gathering, it's a party, and that's how they make people feel. They're so welcoming to everybody that comes, that everybody becomes friends.
Next stop on our island hopping tour of Casco Bay, a quick ferry to the island of, well, we'll let a local pronounce it.
So it's really Shabig. You'll hear much more commonly like Shabig, like that. But the real local way is Shabig.
Dylan Dowdy should know. He's a 9th-generation islander. He operates Dill's Carts and oversees the family's general store with his mother. The only year-round store on Shabig and the hub of the local community.
Keep the change. Thank you. I'll put it in my new cup, my little mortgage cup. See that? Right there.
Dylan spent a few years away at college, but he always knew he'd be coming back.
It's amazing. It's my favorite place in the world. I've been here my entire life. My house is right next to the store, about a 3-second commute, which is nice. My new house is 20 seconds away, so that's going to be hard to get used to.
We hop on one of Dylan's hot rods and motor up to this quiet island's other hotspot, the Shabig Island Boatyard, driven in part by our curiosity about something called a niblick.
My husband's like, you know, we need a gift shop. And I was like, I don't want to run a gift shop. Guess what?
Jen Beleska and her husband Paul are lifelong islanders and owners of the Boatyard and the Niblick, which we learn is a type of golf club and what old-timers call this end of the island.
If you stood up on the hill and looked down on the spit of sand, that it was shaped like a golf club, and that's, somebody came up with the Niblick. Now, I don't know if that's true, but we'll go with it.
Speaking of golf, Shabig has the only golf course on any of the Casco Bay Islands, and the par 3 7th hole is very, Maine-y. Just a few feet away from the local lobster boats, golfers tee off from a strip of AstroTurf on the public dock. Shabig is actually Maine's newest town, having seceded from Cumberland in 2007. But it boasts Casco Bay's oldest inn.
the first thing that hits you is the rustic charm, right? We have no TVs or radios in the building, so it's a really good place to disconnect. I think it doesn't take being in the building long to kind of get that feeling of disconnect.
The Shabig Island Inn, first built in the late 1800s to accommodate rusticators from the big cities. Things may be understated here, but there are touches of luxury as well. Chef Marsh Elliott puts out sophisticated dishes emphasizing fresh-caught local seafood. And General Manager Dave Lamba says don't sleep, so to speak, on the guest rooms either.
You use, hand-stitched Italian linen, so it's kind of a blend, right? You get your super luxurious moment when you crawl into bed, but then when you come down here and just get to enjoy like sitting by the fireplace without the TV on, it's a good mix of everything.
Apparently, there is a ghost named Charlie wandering around here somewhere. Maybe we'll look for him later. For now, it's time to head out onto the wraparound porch for a little modern-day rusticating of our own.